Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about hair and how I grew my hair to be this long. No, my hair is not the longest, like by any means. There's a bunch of people on here with longer hair than me. But I would like to think now that I've went through a bunch of trial and error that I know a few tips and tricks about growing your hair pretty fast. Just to give you guys a little background about my hair, I big chopped in 2016 and cut all of my hair off, like all of it, shaved it, cut it all off. And from there I started my natural hair journey, and I did a bunch of natural hair videos here on YouTube. I have a whole playlist of just like hairstyles and hair videos, so I'll definitely tag that playlist in this video. But yeah, so I started my natural hair journey, and ever since then I have not used any type of chemical relaxers or anything of the sorts on my hair. Anyway, let me just get on to some tips on how to grow your hair. So for the first tip I have is the lowest manipulation possible. Listen, I know you want a different hairstyle every week, you know, like the famous girls or the IG models or whatever. And I get it, like, you know, no one likes repetition, you know, that's boring. But what I would say is it's probably one of the best things you can do for your hair is to leave it alone. When I leave my hair alone, it grows the most. And we see this a lot with protective styles and other things of the sort. We see a lot of hair growth when you're essentially not really doing much to it. The less you manipulate your hair, the less of a chance it is to break off and fall off. And so sometimes you'll see when you're doing your hair every day, manipulating it, doing a whole bunch of styles, you have a lot of breakage, and every single day there's a bunch of hair coming off on the brush because you're brushing it a lot, or you're combing it a lot, or you're braiding it, or whatever, what have you, whatever might be your thing. Everything is good in moderation. Tip number 2 is going to be to stretch out your wash. Now, I think this is so important because especially if you are a curly girl, if you're a black girl, stretching out your washes, you should not be washing your hair every day, but you shouldn't never be washing your hair. You should have a good balance of cleansing your hair. So what I'm talking about when I say stretch out washes is it's okay to wash your hair once a week, or maybe even once every 2 weeks. Some people wash it once a month. Me, I can't go that long, but you'll know your hair and how your hair is. Me in particular, I wash my hair pretty much every week or every other week, and I alternate washes. So sometimes I'll co-wash and then sometimes I clarify. I never do co-wash, clarify. I always do co-wash, clarify, co-wash, clarify. So every time I'm washing my hair, I'm either, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like a balance of, you know, cleansing my hair and then helping it keep moisture. So stretching out your washes, what that's going to do is that's going to allow the natural oils from your scalp to actually move through your hair, and it's going to give those oils time to get through those coils and those kinks and those curls if you do have curly hair. Now, some people with straighter hair, those oils come from their scalp and they go down the hair shaft very fast, so they might need to wash their hair more often because their hair might seem to be more on the oily side. But for me personally, I don't have that problem. So stretching out my washes really help those natural oils to go down the hair shaft and really nourish and moisturize and just care for my hair, you know. And I feel like those oils really help for the overall health of your hair, and I think that's why my hair is so shiny and full of life, is because of my natural oils, because there's no special particular oil that I use. I do use oils in my hair, but I don't use them religiously, and it's not a particular one. Stretching out your washes definitely help, because that also goes into my first point of not having to manipulate it as often. If you're washing your hair every day, you have to style your hair every day. Number 3 is exactly what I just said, is alternating co-washing and clarifying. Now, it is so important to clarify your hair. I know the natural hair scene was on this thing about not washing your hair, and it actually caused a lot of women to lose a lot of their hair and for their hair to take on this really weird texture. And I think that is because basically what happens when you keep co-washing and co-washing and co-washing, you have a mixture of dirt and moisture in your hair. So that eliminates the structure of your hair. It kind of like breaks down your hair, if you get what I'm saying. It breaks down your hair strand. So a lot of women who just co-wash for years, they find that they lose their curl pattern, that their curl pattern just disappears because they're not adding enough balancing proteins and structure and clarifying that dirt and that, you know, the stuff that gets on your hair that it's really not easy to get rid of. A lot of these products that we use, clarifying is so important, especially if you use a bunch of hair products, you have a bunch of silicones on your hair. They pretty much coat the hair shaft and it is not getting out of your hair with a co-wash. That is staying on your hair even after you co-wash. So it is so important to clarify your hair. So when your natural oils come from your scalp, it's on your actual hair and it's not on top of silicone that is on top of your hair shaft. I do think if you clarify your hair too much, it can also have damaging effects and it can dry out your hair tremendously and leave your hair so brittle and weak. So I do think that there is a healthy balance in between the two. Like I said, you should manipulate this all to better fit your hair and your hair type. Number 4 is one that we sleep on. It's a lot of us girls that's guilty on doing this, and I feel like this is really the main reason why my hair wasn't growing past a certain length. And when I started doing this, my hair started growing. And that is for every single time you wash your hair to do a deep conditioner. Now I know we don't all have the time or the patience to do a deep conditioner, because trust me, I know being natural, just washing your hair and doing regular conditioner is a lot. But deep conditioners truly do make a difference because they help your hair out to get extra moisture, or if it's a protein mask, you can help a lot with the proteins in your hair and the structure in your hair, and you can really take those to target certain problems that you have in your hair. If you have heat damage or anything like that, those masks are made to penetrate your hair shaft and really work on those things that might be damaging your hair or causing your hair to break off. So that's why I would suggest definitely every single time you wash your hair to try to put in a deep conditioner, even if it's for 10 minutes. Girl, try. I would definitely suggest putting a heating cap or something like that and adding heat to your deep conditioner, because it helps it to penetrate your hair shaft even more. But yeah, deep conditioners are it. One deep conditioner that I love and I swear by is this Shea Moisture Deep Conditioner. I've been using it for the last few months and I love it. The smell is very strong. So if you don't like a honey smell, it's very sweet. So if you don't like that smell, then like probably skip this, because even after I wash it out, it's still in my hair. Number 5 is to trim your hair at least 4 times a year. When these 4 times are is really up to you, sis. It doesn't really matter when I trim my hair, but I just should trim my hair. Like, you know when your hair needs to be trimmed. I don't think it needs to be trimmed every single month, but when your hair is telling you, when your ends look like, sis, like, I need some water, I need some juice, it's time to let them go. When the hair shaft splits into 2, it's easier for it to keep splitting and keep splitting and keep splitting. So that's when you're gonna lose a lot of length that you can be holding on to. Best thing you can do is cut it off while you can, so your hair can grow down and you can take care of that hair and really target working on your ends and having them stick along for the ride. Your hair, you can't do much about how fast your hair grows from the root, but what you can do is act fast and do a lot to retain and keep the hair at the bottom. So when that hair does grow and you still have the hair at the bottom, so your hair is retaining length and getting longer, if you get what I'm saying. Basically what happens is a lot of times our hair grows fine from the root, so your hair will go a few inches, but this will essentially break off from styling, from heat, from whatever would have you being dry, and then so my hair will still be the same length. It won't seem like my hair is really growing, even though it's growing from my scalp, but it doesn't seem like it because I'm losing so much length at the ends. So I would say definitely take time to see what you can be doing better in your hair regimen. Take a lot of time catering to your ends of your hair, and I think it will work out for you because it's been working out for me. If you aren't following me on Instagram yet, definitely follow me on Instagram because I post a lot there. And also subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload a new video. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.